So, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached episode 51 of Black Clover. I can't believe it. Episode 51, season 1, if you want to call it, is officially complete. And it's been a long road. We had a lot of arcs, and now we're of course starting with the new one. We're going to be getting season 2, or the continuation of season 1, whatever you want to call it. For me personally, I'm just going to call it season 2. But here we are, episode 51. Let's get into it. So how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, I am Ranger Flame, and welcome everyone to my Black Clover episode 51 anime review. This episode mostly build up for a new arc that is happening in this series. So there's really not a lot to talk about in this episode, but I kind of will talk about kind of the hints and points of what the arc is going to be. So we start off with the episode, of course, with the Black Bulls returning back to the base after completing the underwater temple arc. A really big character development for each of the characters of the Black Bulls. We get to, of course, see Gordon here yet again, which you kind of felt bad for his character. He was alone all by himself. You know, he wanted to go to the underwater temple to help his teammates to fight, you know, just kind of be with the squad. But of course, he's that type of dude that always mumbles. Nobody could hear what he's saying, even if he's crying. He's kind of a weird person as well to try to get friends. But it's good, I guess, to see his character back. We see all the Black Bulls back at it again. Of course, they're going back to kind of their lazy state a little bit, but in their minds, they still want to become stronger and better Magic Knights. But mostly what this episode is the build up to the Khitan War arc. This is the next arc we are going to get introduced into the Black Clover anime. I'll say one thing though with this arc, it's a little bit different of the arcs that we have seen. In the manga, this is a really short arc. And my personal guess, it's like, if you look at an arc to an anime, and especially Black Clover, it's been what, like 11, 12 episodes, kind of somewhere around there. I think with the Khitan War arc, they're probably going to have it like maybe 6 or 7, maybe even 5, somewhere around there. Because we get kind of a little bit of it in today's episode. Which, by the way, with this episode, like, if they would have ended off Black Clover like this, like, I'm actually glad at this point they're actually continuing Black Clover with the Khitan War arc and the Witch arc. Because if it would have ended season 1 like that, that would have just been terrible. Because I see people hating this episode. Like, the animation-wise, animation was not good. Like, if they would have made this episode the finale of season 1, and we had to wait like half a year or a year, or whatever they wanted to do, like, I'm pretty sure people would have been really pissed about it, and I kind of would as well, you know? Like, we kind of got more into the arc already. Like, maybe just end it with the underwater temple, as we of course got like kind of that ending, kind of representing that, you know, season 1 is complete, or they're done, or whatever like that. But thank God they're continuing it now. I'm not just saying it just because I want more of this anime. I'm just saying thank God, because that would have just been terrible for an ending of Black Clover, especially of how this episode played out. So I kind of thank them for continuing, but also at the exact same time, when you look at this episode as a bad animation, that kind of scares people, even me, just because we're getting into these arcs, and these arcs are really important for a lot of characters. As we can tell, the Golden Dawn were a part of this episode here today. This is going to be the character development for their characters, or kind of their side, because there's some people in this, you know, kind of group that are really important to Black Clover. Of course, we have Yuno's character, one of the main characters in Black Clover. You know, we first got introduced to him like ever since Black Clover started. Of course, he is the rival of Asta, wanting to become the Wizard King before him. You know, we're going to see this huge development for him in this little arc. We of course have Langris's character, which is Finn's younger brother, which we'll see more of him. I won't talk like more due to spoilers. And of course, we're going to get a character development for William Vengeance, which is of course the leader of the Golden Dawn. We even see a little bit in this episode here today that Yami was kind of worried or suspect of William. So we'll see more of that, of course, in the arc. I'm actually kind of excited for it, just because if you read the manga, you know what I'm talking about. He's kind of an important character, like really important character. So that's kind of with it today, like with the Golden Dawn, trying to stop these people, which are from the Diamond Kingdom, which the Diamond Kingdom are back. And forget who the Diamond Kingdom was, they were back during the dungeon arc. You know, you had kind of this smoke dude, which was the leader of the Diamond Kingdom. I kind of forget his name. I don't really want to kind of like pay attention or whatever. Of course, we have Mars, which Mars isn't a part of this arc, so if you guys are looking forward to his character, you're not going to see him just yet. Just hold the phone. But we also get introduced to the 8 shining generals of the Diamond Kingdom. So if you don't know who these characters are, we actually only get introduced to 3 of them, which are kind of like the Magic Knight captains, but part of the Diamond arc. We get, I guess, 3 of the members shown here today. One of them, we actually don't even get to see his or her power. I'm pretty sure it's a her. One of them uses clay magic, and the other one uses lightning magic, and they're pretty strong individuals. Like, they're kind of the top tier magic knights of the Diamond Kingdom that are attacking the Khitan War Arc. This is a really big thing because the Khitan is kind of like a standpoint between the Clover Kingdom and the Diamond Kingdom. If they conquer this, they could have the majority and the power to overthrow the Clover Kingdom. So it's important for the Golden Dawn to stop these individuals from destroying Khitan. Of course, we have Ost's character in this episode as well, you know, talking with the Wizard King and everything. And I like how he finally brought up the point that, you know, back in Saucy Village, I do believe it was called, it was one of the first arcs we got introduced with him, Magna, and Noelle going to this village. Of course, Nero brought that magic stone along with them, which they had no idea what it is, but I'm actually glad that Asta even remembers in this episode that, you know, they have 2 magic stones now. There are 3 that are missing. Of course, one of them they knew from the Underwater Temple arc, which the Black Bulls have. Yami, of course, even shows it to the Wizard King, and of course Nero has the other one. But we see that in his nest, like it was probably in Nero's nest that it was gone. So does Nero actually have it with him? Will we be able to see that kind of, I'm pretty sure it's like a pink magic stone. Really important, of course, you know, the Eye of the Midnight Sun wanted to accomplish this so that they could resurrect their true forms. And that was kind of really what the episode was here today. Kind of the ending point was, of course, that and Charmy wanting to go to the Khitan War to help the Golden Dawn out, which in reality, you know, Asta, he can't do much, but he wants to save civilians. But it's mostly just to see Yuno and how powerful he becomes. You know, we even see Charmy as well, which Charmy has a big crush on Yuno. And that kind of really was the episode here today. It wasn't much, like I said, it was mostly just build up. Thank God that this isn't the final episode of Black Clover. Like, I'm really relieved about that. Kind of bad animation. I'm not really a big fan of it in this episode. It kind of like, whoa, like you could see a lot of parts in this, which I kind of hate that anime has that nowadays, where you can get such a good episode, like episode 49 for example, like literally one of the best episodes of Black Clover. The animation was clean, and then you look at one of these episodes and it's like, dear God, what happened? So I feel like with this episode here today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably just going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I kind of still find it enjoyable just because I know some character developments and of course the future of what the anime is going to have, because I am a manga reader. I'm excited to see some stuff. But one thing I want them to do for season 2 right here, one thing I want them to do, because they're moving to a different company here, like a different studio, please have good animation. You have such a good arcs. Even though the Khitan War arc, it's not that long of an arc, but it's so big for Yuno's character and William that I want to see good animation of it. And the Witch arc, man. If they don't pull the Witch arc good in animation, then Black Clover, I have no idea what you're doing. Of course, this is my episode 51 review here today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought of this episode, and subscribe to the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure we'll see you, I'm pretty sure next Tuesday for the next episode. They really haven't confirmed it, but I'm pretty sure it's next week we will begin episode 52 and throughout, you know, Black Clover season 2. But much love, guys. Have a good day, and we'll see you in the next Black Clover anime review.